classmates, and teacher. Today I would like to talk about milk. Did you know that in medieval times, doctors used to spit on wounds because they believed that saliva had healing powers? Or that heroin was added in cough medicines because it was believed it was a non-addictive alternative to morphine? Yes, there have been a lot of wrong assumptions throughout our health history. And today I would like to tell you why milk is one of them. And because we are all concerned about our health, I think it is important that we all know the truth about milk. First of all, 6 billion people around the world take milk on a daily basis. What is it about milk that makes us think that it is so healthy? Perhaps it is the nutrients in milk. That includes calcium, vitamin D, and protein. And this is true. Milk contains a high amount of these nutrients. And we take them because we believe they help us prevent bone fracture and osteoporosis, a disorder that causes our bone density to become less and make our bones more fragile. So is it true that drinking milk is linked strongly with healthy bones? According to a 12-year Harvard nurses study, the answer is no. The study found no strong connection between healthy bones and milk consumption. In the study, 78,000 women were tested, and the study found that the woman who had the largest amount of calcium intake from dairy products, mainly milk, actually had more bone fracture and broken bones than the woman who had no calcium intake. Another statistic shows that the country with the highest amount of milk consumption, including the United States, Sweden, and Great Britain, also had the highest risk of osteoporosis. Let's look at this chart that shows the relationship between milk consumption and hip fractures. You can see that the United States has a high amount of milk consumption and also a high risk of hip fractures, as opposed to countries like Singapore. So milk doesn't benefit us. It's not really a good thing for our body, but at least there's no major harm done, right? Wrong. The amount of milk that a cow produces today is 2 times the amount that a cow produces in 1970. And how is this achieved? It is achieved by injecting hormones and antibiotics into cow to artificially produce more milk. And this hormone goes into your milk too. A growth hormone called the IGF-1 is found to be the cause of early puberty in young children and has been a major factor and great link to prostate cancer in men and breast cancer in women. Let's look at this chart here that shows the relationship between milk consumption and the incidence of breast cancer out of 100,000 people. It is important to know that other factors should also be put into consideration. But we can see that milk consumption is strongly linked and see that the countries with the highest milk consumption also has a high risk of breast cancer. Other than cancer, milk has also detrimental effects to our environment. For every gallon of milk that you drink, 7 kilograms of greenhouse gas is released into the air. For an average farm of 10,000 cows, 1,600 kilograms of ammonia and 15,000 of methane, a substance that is 20 times more harmful to the environment than carbon dioxide, is released into the air. And this is all on a daily basis. So think about it in a whole year. 5.4 million of methane is released into the air and destroying our atmosphere. Other than the harm of the environment, it is also detrimental to drink milk if you are lactose intolerant. What is lactose intolerant? Well, think about it this way. Cow milk is the perfect food designed by nature. If you're a cow, and I'm hoping none of you are because I'm not. Cow milk contains 3 times the amount of protein that a human milk contains. which causes disturbances in our body when we drink it. Over 60% of the human population has lactose intolerance, meaning that they are unable to digest the sugar that is contained in milk. And when drinking milk, it causes them to have cramping, bloating, gas, and diarrhea, and may even cause them to lose the initial benefits of milk, such as calcium and vitamin D, because their body are unable to digest the substance. So 60% of human population are unable to digest milk. In our class, that would be about 15 people. But guess what? 90% of Asians are lactose intolerant, meaning about 25 of you are probably lactose intolerant and are unable to digest milk. So why are we drinking something that we are unable to digest? Does that make sense? In conclusion, although milk is seen and linked with as a healthy food, many studies have actually shown that milk is not a necessary part of our diet because it is not beneficial to our health. It is harmful to the environment, and almost over half of you are unable to digest it. Think about it in another way. Humans are the only animal who take milk after infancy out of the entire world. So next time you look at this tagline, got milk? I'll say, no thank you. Thank you for your attention.